Welcome to part 2 of Vanessa Guillen. As a reminder, topics may be triggering. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Parties mentioned are innocent until proven guilty in court. Vanessa was sexually harassed on 2 separate occasions. On September 15th of 2019, a higher-up watched Vanessa as she was performing personal hygiene. This occurred during a regimental field training exercise. The soldier flashed a light in Vanessa's direction when he noticed that she was doing personal hygiene and did not stop. He was holding a chem light, or what you would call a glow stick. This man came back to the area she was showering multiple times and flashed the light on her for a better view. Before that incident, also around September of 2019, another higher-ranking officer spoke to Vanessa in Spanish so others would not understand. While she was retrieving a document she clicked to be printed at a room located above her workstation, this man proposed she participate in a threesome with him. After both of the aforementioned sexual harassment incidents and Vanessa's return to her workstation, other co-workers and fellow soldiers and friends noticed a change in her demeanor. One was so concerned about what happened that they decided to advocate on Vanessa's behalf and formally report the sexual assault, sexual harassment, and mistreatment. Unfortunately, this move was met with disaster because rumors of the incident spread and Vanessa suffered major retaliation. Vanessa confided in her sister Myra on January of 2020 when she called her saying that she wanted to commit suicide. When asked what was wrong, Vanessa would just say it was work. Upon hearing this, Myra immediately drove to Fort Hood to be with her sister in this time of need and talked her into admitting herself to the Darnell Hospital in Fort Hood. As a reminder, Vanessa Guillen was last seen alive around 11:30 or noon on April 22nd of 2020 in the parking lot of her unit's headquarters at Fort Hood. Her Army unit did not report her missing until April 23rd of 2020, internally and to the police. The Army spoke to Vanessa's family on the evening of April 22nd, 2020, and met with them in person on April 23rd of 2020. The CID opened an investigation immediately on April 23rd of 2020, the day after Vanessa's disappearance. What is the CID? The CID is the United States Army Criminal Investigation Division. On April 24th of 2020, the CID issued a Be on the Lookout alert. Thousands of fellow Army and non-Army soldiers helped search for Vanessa at the Fort Hood barracks, training areas, lakes, trails, and every building. Aerial searches were also conducted. Authorities found Vanessa's car keys, the keys to the room where she slept, her ID in the weapons room where she was working. Vanessa's car was also still at Fort Hood. On April 23rd of 2020, the CID investigation revealed that upon searching Vanessa's phone, her last text message was to Aaron Robinson. Unfortunately, El Cucuy of this real-life story has a name. Aaron David Robinson was 20 years old from Calumet City, Illinois. He played football at Thornton Fractional North High School. After graduating, he joined the Army in October of 2017. He was deployed to Iraq for 7 months. He was also Vanessa's supervisor. On April 22nd of 2020, Aaron said he texted Vanessa and asked her to come to his weapons room to verify a serial number of a machine gun that needed to be serviced. He said Vanessa got to the weapons room where he read him the serial number. After this, she was supposed to go and turn in the paperwork to the motor pool. However, witnesses at the motor pool stated she did not arrive with the anticipated paperwork. And if you are like me and not in the military and do not know what a motor pool is, like I did prior to looking it up, in the Army, a motor pool refers to a centralized location where a unit's fleet of vehicles is stored, maintained, and managed, and essentially a pool of vehicles that soldiers can access for official use as needed. It's where routine maintenance checks and repairs are performed by military vehicles. On April 25th of 2020, the CID issued a press release asking the media and public for help in finding Vanessa. On April 27th of 2020, the CID offered a $15,000 reward and increased it to $25,000 on June 15th of 2020. On April 28th of 2020, Aaron told the CID that on the day Vanessa went missing, he finished work, drove to his residence located off base, then returned to Fort Hood that same day at 6:30 p.m. to sign up for a training course. Then drove back to his residence that was off base. He lived with his girlfriend, Cecily Aguilar, and did not leave his home again that night. On May 7, 2020, the CID investigation uncovered a reported sexual harassment complaint Vanessa was a victim of, but the perpetrator was not Aaron. On May 18th of 2020, On May 18, 2020, two witnesses reported seeing Aaron on April 22, 2020, pulling a large box on wheels out of the arms room where he worked, put it into his car, and drove off. It was a 3-foot Pelican Tough box, to be exact, something that looks like this. On May 21st of 2020, authorities were granted permission to search Aaron's cell phone. He made multiple phone calls to his girlfriend Cecily on the evening Vanessa vanished and into the wee hours the following day. In spite of having told authorities he was home all night with Cecily.